Okay, this is again, everything I'm doing on these are just real basics. This is a press break. Again, if they're pressuring us, whether I'm assuming most of the time it'll be zones or it'll be traps, or at the younger levels it's just chaotic. Key is you want your best ball handler here. The main key is get the ball in the middle. My gosh, so basic. You need a throwback, and you have to go middle. That's all you need. This is your primary ball handler. You screen across and you come off of that like you would anything else. Don't flatten it out. Get into this area here where you can catch it into an attack zone where you can go either direction. This man, after he sets a screen, will roll just in case they switched it and we can get the ball in here. Try to get away from being under the basket, but get the ball in. Let's assume we get it in here. If you roll and they already threw it in, you clear. Inbounder becomes the throwback, always behind the ball. Wherever the ball is put into play, you go middle from the opposite side of the ball. If it's done well and you flash it and you time it well, you throw it to the middle. This guy might be right about here when that ball's caught. He can immediately throw it there, and this guy can head up the court with the head of steam and a 2-on-1, hopefully. If not, if he's by you already or you don't see that passing lane, then you hopefully have the time to bring it up, and we run our lanes wide and cut free throw line extended. An attack, jump stop, you got options. You have to get the ball in the middle. That's the key. Get the ball in the middle. And I'll show you the option if that guy can't throw it in there, or if he can't get it middle, we'll now go over what the other option would be. Okay, continuing with this press break. So let's say this action all happened. We have a guy that rolled here. We have a guy that was here that cleared. So there's our throwback. We have the guy that came from here and he flashed. We have our man here, and then we have a guy right about here that was clearing out. Let's say you put the ball into play here, but he couldn't get it middle. So he throws it back. Throwback. Should always be open. He can dribble a little bit to vacate the space. If that happens, then he would continue to clear. This man's not going to stand there. He wasn't open. That's why he didn't throw it to him. So he will exchange, and this man opposite the ball will then flash. And then he would hopefully get it there. And then he would go as a trailer. But you have this guy filling that lane. He's filling that lane, so hopefully he gets it. You have this guy cutting, he can throw it back to. We can get up the floor, or he can just bring it himself. And again, we cut free throw line extended, running our wide lanes. Bring it up, jump stop, kick it. You have to attack the press. Unless it's a time score situation where you're trying to, run the clock, you have to attack. That doesn't look very good, but let me respell that for those. See if my pen works better. Good. Attack. It's third grade stuff. We get into more complicated press breaks as we get older and we face better teams with more complicated presses. But that's against a zone press. Okay? If it's man-to-man, we still set up the same. Once the ball comes in, if it's man-to-man, everybody just clears. This man could come up and just set an on-ball screen and work off that screen, and that's it. As long as this guy can handle the ball. If it's man-to-man, it shouldn't be a problem. Just set one on-ball screen. It's big, little. Come off that screen and attack. Shouldn't be complicated. Hopefully we have some ball handlers.